Hey guys, my name is Luis. Today is December 9th, 2020, and today is a special day. Today's actually my birthday. Um, Now for those of you that know me, you know that I hate cameras, you know that I never want to take pictures, I never want to be in videos. I am probably the most anti-camera guy that I know. So you're probably thinking, what is this guy doing in front of a camera? Well, this year, and by this year I mean my year of my 26 years of life, from this year on out, I want to make a commitment to myself that I want to make myself uncomfortable. I want to embrace the discomfort that comes with trying new things in life, as far as new ventures, and embracing everything that uh, can be accomplished getting outside of your comfort zone. 25 was a year that I think, and by 25, I mean, my being 25 years old, was a year that I think I did a lot of personal growth. Um, I was kind of on that route at 24, but I really focused on it at 25. Um, and a little backstory to me was that starting this year, pre-COVID, I was I was employed. I was happily employed with a great company, great employers. Um, Miss them like heck. But when COVID hit, I kind of had to just circumstances that happened basically found me unemployed, and it was nothing to do with my employers or anything. It was kind of chaos all around. Um, but I also pre-COVID I had been working and building, for those of you that know, Lodi Premier Soccer, and it was going fairly well. We were, a lot of people loved what we were doing in our local community. We were growing it, and everything was going great. And then, like most businesses, especially in entertainment, especially in sports, uh, we had to shut down, and there was no sports for a really long time. Even now, we're in December, everything's still shutting down. In fact, we're probably heading into a way worse, and I hope it doesn't get as bad. But from I'm hearing, what it looks like, it's gonna get a lot worse before it gets better. Um, but our business had to be forced to shut down. Um, in March, I was fortunate enough that a good friend of mine, we very like-minded, um, we decided to partner up with each other, and he had his business going, and he wanted to branch out into a different line of business, and we agreed to partner up with each other. And things were going great. There was a very big learning curve because it was an entirely new industry for me. Something that I thought was a very simple industry was actually very complex. And so it was a whole learning curve for me, especially. But it was a distribution company, and we kind of just got on our horses and just started to ride it out. And things were going great for a really long time. And then we started hitting, we made a few bad mistakes, things that we probably shouldn't have done as far as business. But that comes from it. Anybody that's in business will tell you, what, there's things I did that probably shouldn't have done, and it kind of set us back a little bit. But you learn from them. You grow from them, and you don't do it again. You learn. It's like you learn how not to do something, and what works and what doesn't. That's part of doing business. But I realized later on into our partnership that I wasn't finding the same drive that I normally have when it comes to things that I want to do. I don't think I was passionate enough to continue on with the drive that comes with, it's supposed to come with an entrepreneur spirit. I think if you don't have a passion for something, you don't have a drive for it. It's really hard to have those endless nights, working 14 to 16 hours a day, and endure that for the long run. I enjoyed my partner's company. He's great. He's a smart, sharp dude. But I think somewhere in there we kind of drifted apart, and we both recognized it. And I think it was for the best that I focus on what I needed to focus on and let him focus on growing what I think will be one day a very successful business. And I wish him the best. But part of that journey too, and working 14 to 16 hours a day for the past 8 months, was that I started neglecting my health and fitness. Now, beginning of the year and pre-COVID, I was at 170. I was 170 pounds. I was dropping. I had started years back at 210. And with clean eating and exercise, I was able to drop myself down to 170. I gained 170 I gained about 10 pounds. So I was at 180 about 2 years ago, and I kind of maintained that for a while. And last, was it July or June, I dropped down, and I kind of maintained at 175, 170 range. But then COVID happened, and I went from 175, 170, and I gained about 10 pounds of muscle. So I was at 180, and I think this is probably not now, but back then it was probably the leanest I had been for a while. But then, I was keeping a good steady state, and I was focusing on my fitness as well as business. I was very disciplined. I would wake up pre-COVID. I would wake up, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, show up at the gym, knock out my workout, get my cup of Joe in, and report to work, and then continue working, on my side business, which is soccer. And even throughout, probably the first 3 to 4 months of COVID, right about 3 or 4 months, I was doing really well with my fitness. I would still wake up in the morning, go work out, or if I didn't work out in the mornings, I would work out in the evenings. And I would do, my daily activities, routine for work, and then I wouldn't compromise working out. I was still eating pretty clean, but I was maintaining right about 180. From March to June, I was at 170, and this is after I had dropped 10 pounds from gaining 10 pounds of muscle. So, I was looking pretty good. At least I thought I was looking pretty good. And I was on my onward down. Then I went on vacation with my partner, and we went to Mexico for about a week. I think it was 5 days, something like that. But we went to Mexico, and man, I pigged out so much over there. They have such great food, such great drinks. Everything over there was amazing. I had a great time. And unfortunately, the entire trip was, pretty affordable. I have to thank his family, because, they took us out there. I guess they have some type of resort package over there, and it was a great experience. But I didn't pay for it much on the tab. Where I paid for it was when I got back, I weighed myself, and I had gained I think it was 6 pounds or 7 pounds for a week. And I was like, well, crap. I thought most of it was water weight. So, I tried, making sure I was eating clean again, hydrating myself, getting all that bad, all that bad stuff I had eaten out of my system. And now I probably lost 2 pounds, and then I kind of was fluctuating between 178 to 180 for about a good solid 2 months, 3 months. I kind of maintained that for a while, But then it got really bad about 3 months after that because then I stopped working out completely. We were making a lot of changes at the business, and it was requiring us to work crazy hours. We were working like 16 to 18 hours a day. That's when we started making our mistakes. We moved into a warehouse that we shouldn't have. We were barely breaking it even at the end of the day. That warehouse was a giant mistake. But we learned from it. But yeah, no, I had neglected my health, and I started to gain weight. And this is also the time that we kind of, my partner and I realized that we needed to, part ways. That I needed to focus on something that I was passionate about and let him focus on building, the business that he wanted to, the business that he knew he could build into. So we parted ways at that time as well, but there were still a lot of things that needed to be accomplished in order to do that. Kind of filling him in with my responsibilities, making sure the business was still going to be properly maintained for our customers. And there was things that we did to the warehouse that needed to be fixed as well. So it's just a lot of things that needed to happen. And also part in my part, I wasn't as disciplined. By this time now, like, my discipline has gone right out the window. Like, I could tell you, I had way too much crap on my plate, but the reality is I wasn't going to the gym. Plain and simple. Really just did not have the drive to go to the gym. Now, I wasn't eating like crap. Like, yeah, I probably went out a little bit more than I should have, but my day-to-day, for the most part, I was eating pretty healthy. But I still managed to gain about 8 pounds. So, current date, I am at 189 today. I am meeting with my trainer. So there's two parts to this. I am going to be focusing on my athletic training as well as strength training. And I have a coach for each one of them. Now, these just happen to be really good friends of mine, these coaches of mine, and they have agreed to help me out in this journey. I'm going to be recording it all for you guys. So one day or a couple days out of the week, I'm going to be focusing on soccer training. That's going to be my athletic training. And then every day of the week, I'm going to be strength training. Now, I have a meeting later on today with my strength training coach. He's going to be focusing, I'm going to be kind of telling him what I'm going to be going through on my athletic training. And we're going to be focusing on our routine that will complement my athletic training. So I'm training specifically, for speed, for endurance, conditioning, that type of thing. So I can become the soccer player that I used to be, and in fact, even better, and perform athletically, not just in soccer, but anything I choose to do. I want to share that journey with you guys so you guys can kind of see, what it takes. I'm also doing this because I want to hold myself accountable. I want to make sure that I'm going to commit. And by doing so, by sharing online and doing so, I want to make sure that, I'm constantly updating you guys on what's going on, and don't start to slack. I think I can get a pretty good grasp on it, but this is something I've always wanted to do, even though I hate cameras. I just never wanted to take that step out of my comfort zone. So here I am, taking a step out of my comfort zone. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm going to be walking you all through the process, recording it. I'll try to post videos weekly, if not bi-weekly, giving you guys status updates, checking in here and there, showing you guys the entire process. And then I also have a few announcements I'm not going to make just yet. I will be announcing them from week to week as they come. But I got a lot of big things coming in the year of 2021. 2020 has, I know for a lot of people, not just myself, has been a complete crap of a year. But I'm looking forward, and I'm trying to stay optimistic as possible, because I don't believe in being a pessimist and, just staying down. I believe that, we got to get back up. And, you know, even when we're at a low points, we got to just look forward and know that there's a brighter day ahead of us, and just keep striving and doing what we need to do to get there. Because, you know, Newton's third law, an object in motion tends to stay in motion. You know, I know there's more to that, but that's what I like to go with. And that's, you know, what I think we all should be doing is we should just keep staying in motion. As much as we don't want to, we just keep staying in motion. Because, you know, if you don't do anything, you're going to most likely not want to do anything. When you're laying in bed and you don't want to do anything, you want to stay there in bed, but you keep going, you hop out of bed, and, you know, it kind of takes off from there. You know, you fix your bed, you go do what you need to do, and then you just keep doing things. At least that's what's worked for me. But anyways, guys, thanks so much. I'll be showing you guys around. I'll be videotaping everything again, and look forward to you guys joining me in this journey. Okay.